Hey M Squad, what is good? Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to be talking about the 10 tips for high schoolers, so from freshman to senior year, whether you are a high schooler watching this video or you're somebody who just graduated, congrats to you. But either way, let's go ahead and start this video. My first tip to you guys is taking care of your grades. And that means throughout your 4 years of high school. Y'all are probably like watching this video like, yeah, I take care of my grades, or who cares about grades? It doesn't matter. It matters. Here's why. It's the foundation for, transcripts, and it can affect you later on for when you're trying to apply for, scholarships or, future colleges or dream schools that you have. It can really mess it up for your future. So do not take your grades lightly. If you are really struggling, do something about it, take some type of action, whatever you gotta do to just make sure you have good, decent grades throughout high school at least. Second tip is procrastination. We've all done the procrastination, including me. Like, seriously, you guys, when I was in high school, from my freshman to my senior year, I would always be procrastinating and scrolling through TikTok for like so many hours and just literally not even caring about whatever else, that was important in life. And my best tip to you guys is to literally just focus on school. Focus on school. That's the main, that's your, it will help you out in the future and with jobs and everything. So school comes first. So education is number one. Make it your number one priority always. So, which also leads to my point, building good habits. Seriously, build good habits early and start your assignments early. And please stay organized as well. Otherwise, the reality is you wait last minute and then you end up feeling stressed out and, your grades will end up dropping. And the last thing I want is for you guys to just be struggling in high school because of, not taking care of your responsibilities and doing the things you need to do to be a successful student. So please be mindful of those things. Which leads to my third main point. If you are struggling, literally just ask for help, whether it's from your teachers, whether it's from your friends, or you go to the tutoring center. I know at every high school they have those tutoring centers. Literally just go there, go and do your tutoring. Do not waste your time in whatever. If you're somebody who likes to watch YouTube videos and just waste time, or just come home and play video games, if you're seriously struggling, just ask for help. There's no harm in asking for help, you guys. It literally will help you succeed. Asking for help will help you succeed in the future and later on, of course. Get involved as well. Get involved in activities. For example, me, my freshman year and my sophomore year, I did Best Buddies, which was like a club at my school where basically I would interact with other students and try to get to know them. And these would be students with intellectual disabilities type of thing. So I would interact with them, get to know them, and, hang out with them. And it was a really amazing experience. I can't tell you guys. I really, really personally enjoyed it. So I would definitely recommend you guys if you have that at your school. As well as my junior year, I played soccer. That was actually my first time ever playing soccer. Growing up, I always would, play basketball, play soccer, but I was never on a team type of thing. So obviously, I knew like it was getting closer to, the end of my high school and all that. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to try out. And I was so happy when I made the team. It was such an amazing, amazing experience. I would highly recommend to you guys, if you guys are somebody who loves to do sports or you're not really a sports person, at least join a club. Something that you can at least, when you apply to college, at least you can say like, okay, I did a club, I did a sport, something. I'm trying to say when you put it on your college application. For my senior year, I sadly really didn't get to do any clubs or sports. I ended up really being busy trying to apply for all of my schools, like dream schools and all that, and I was just busy in general trying to pass high school, to be honest. And it was getting close to my graduation time as well. So sadly, I didn't really get to do it, but I recommend to you guys, if you guys feel like you can fit it in your schedule, do it throughout all your 4 years of high school. Join clubs, join sports, get involved. It's always a great opportunity. Discover your learning style, especially while studying, doing homework. Figure out what worked for you. Me, I'm like a visual learner since day one. I always like to observe what people are doing and, kind of try to learn it on my own type of thing. So try to see what works for you. What kind of person, some people they like to have note cards or to write down important information, or they'll write it in a notebook, or Or sometimes people who have like a laptop or an iPad, whatever, they'll end up just writing it on there. Whatever notes, stuff, all that you need, figure that out. Figure out your learning style because it will definitely help you out in the future. Use a planner or digital calendar, and this is so hilarious, it's literally right behind me. But no, seriously, like literally I use a whiteboard calendar every single day. It's so convenient for me, you guys, because I have a million things going on in my life, and sometimes I'm somebody who checks their phone 24/7, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally did not remember this important, day, time where I'm supposed to be. So always have something like that. It'll definitely help you out, especially with when you're in high school, because once you build these habits, you guys, in high school, later on in life, it's going to make it just so much easier. It'll be like second nature for you guys. You literally will just be like, all right, now I know, I have a good routine in place. I know what I'm doing and all that. So just keep that in mind. That will help you out with, your homework, your assignments, having a digital calendar, a planner, or if you don't like to use planners or you don't want like a whiteboard calendar, you can always just use your phone. We have the calendar app on our cell phone nowadays, so just use that as well. Choose your friends wisely as well when you're in high school. I mean, in high school, you're going to anyway graduate. Some of the friends you'll be with, they might be in the same college as you. They might not. They might, But either way, when you're in high school at that time, ask yourself these 4 questions. And this is what I've learned from personal experience. The friends that you hang out with each and every day, are they a good influence on you and your other friends? Do your friends believe qualities over quantities? If your friends believe more about quantities than qualities, then, that's something that you should keep in mind as a motto and try to look into that. Do they respect everybody that they meet? That is a big thing. As well as, are they content with themselves? So if your friends are content with themselves and other people, or are they not? Because that's how you can tell who are your real friends and who are not your real friends. That's what I learned very quickly. I had so many friends in high school. I can't tell you guys. I was not a popular kid, right? But like, to be honest, I had a lot of good friends, but they were all like, some of them were real friends, some of them were fake friends. So I was able to find out really, really easily. So just keep that in mind as you're making friends. Try to read and write as much as you can. I know in high school you do a lot of reading, a lot of writing, but I'm saying like outside of school. If you have some downtime and you don't have anything going on, try, reading and writing, because it will help you a lot in college and for your future, because you're going to be doing reading and writing anyway a lot in college and whatever else you plan to do with your life. So always try to make it a habit. Try to practice doing that. Start thinking about your future. So, for example, at a lot of high schools, they have like, those career events and all those field trips they have in high school. Go to one of those. Learn about like how somebody else does their career or, whatever. So, go and check those out. I did a bunch of those throughout my 4 years of high school. I really, really am so happy I did that. If I did not do that, I cannot tell you what I'd want to do with my future. So check out like trade schools and training programs and careers and colleges. Check out all this stuff while you're still in high school. It's never a bad idea, because sometimes, when you start high school, when I started high school, I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I literally was a freshman at the time, and I was just like, I literally didn't know what to do with my life. I was so lucky that I had all these opportunities around me, so definitely take advantage of those. But take care of take care of yourself physically and mentally, because high school, you can get burned out easily, and you don't always have, a lot of time, and you're doing sports, you're doing clubs, you're doing a million of things. So just make sure, you take time for yourself, but also you take care of yourself physically. Like, for real, like, don't waste time in, like, video games and all that. Like, come on, it's not going to help you out. For real, I'm telling you. From personal experience, I would know that, in my opinion, if you want to help yourself grow and be better, and you want people to respect you and all that, you gotta show it. You gotta show some maturity. You gotta show some changes and all that. For example, if you don't really know physically, like, what you want to do, some examples here: go to the gym, yoga, walking, swimming, or even running too. Any of those would be. As well as, for mentally, some people like journaling. If you don't like journaling, like I said, you can walk outside, get some fresh air, some meditation. If you don't like meditation, you can do drawing. Anything that works for you guys, honestly, I would definitely recommend. And for real, I'm not one to judge. Obviously, we all have our own lives, we have our own stuff going on. I personally can understand, so I was once in high school, so just be mindful of that. And as well as back to the friends thing too, you guys, I wanted to also mention, I forgot to mention this as well. When you hang out with your friends, just make sure like you guys are not getting into any like legal type of trouble or any of that type of stuff, because to be honest, like high school that I went to, it was definitely honestly a roller coaster. I'll put it that way. Every time there would be somebody, there would be fights everywhere, and it would just be really like, it wouldn't surprise me, and it would be over dumb reasons, like somebody was in a relationship and that guy or that girl is talking to that person's boyfriend or girlfriend type of thing, or sometimes it would be somebody talking smack about somebody on social media or whatever it is, like it's always dumb reasons why people literally just, you sometimes stand there and think to yourself, what is the point of fighting? It's not worth it. And that's the point I'm trying to make to you guys, is do not get yourself in any trouble. I'd rather have you guys at least passing high school and doing what you're supposed to do rather than getting in trouble, because getting in trouble is just, it's not worth it. But I'm not going to be one to tell you guys that's, you guys are watching my video, you guys are the one who's going to, decide that at the end of the day. But so just keep that in mind, and just like I said from before, just make sure you guys take care of yourself and always ask for help when you need it. There's no harm in asking, for help. I always did, always when I was in high school. Whenever I needed help, I would always ask my teachers. I would always go to tutoring and all that. So just keep that in mind as you're, as you're going throughout your 4 years of high school. But have fun too. Don't think that you have to spend all your time in a library or, at home or whatever. No, like I would go to all these events. Like there'd be homecoming dances, I would go to that. There'd be all these different like career activities and all this stuff, like all the football games, all this stuff. I would go, like even with my friends. If I never wanted to go, like with anybody else, I'll just like say, I'll tell my friends and text them up and be like, hey guys, let's head to the football game. It's this weekend or this week or whatever, something like that. So anything that gets you, involved in school or something, so just do that, hang out with your friends. I want to definitely hear from you guys in the comments. What do you guys like to do when you're in high school, whether it's like hanging out with your friends, whether it's doing sports, whatever it is. So let me know in the comments below. As well as that leads to 2 questions for you guys. My first question to you guys is, what is your top most 3 favorite things that you like about high school? So whether you're in high school, what are the top most 3 favorite things that you like about high school? And then for my people who are not in high school or has just graduated recently, what was your 3 most favorite memories about high school? If it could be anything. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, to wrap up the video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my video and staying along. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, as well as make sure you guys follow me on all my social media. I'll link it all down in the description. And I'll see you guys next week. Alright. Bye, guys.